Okay, just for an experiment, I've taken the cap out of the reset circuit, and I already have the blue speckles, so it isn't just that one thing. But it's funny though, because the reset still works without the cap. But you have to, when you power it off and power it on without that cap, you have to hit the reset button to actually make it boot. They're not there this time, but it didn't take me long the first time to get them to appear. Anyway, just a quick test. Okay, so I'm hooked up with the S video, and I actually can get the speckles, but only in the loading screen. But that's all I've been getting them on this setup pretty much in the last 4 hours, other than that first shot where I got them in the little gray box at the bottom of the screen, but I have yet to get those to come back either. I've been sitting here starting and resetting this ROM a lot. Kind of see speckles in when I reset it too. Whoa, why am I going way out of focus here? Okay, so I've got Sam's NESRGB sitting in my test top loader board with an HC version 74373. And right away I've got the frickin' speckles. First time I even turned it on. So that test is a fail. Okay, now I've got the speckles in the gray, but I've also got them like the black speckles showing up in the text. And oh my, are they in the game. Just as soon as I turned on the ROM. They are all over this. They're really bad. They're a different pattern too, so that might be another clue. I'm kind of playing with the chip a little bit. Nothing seems to be making it any better or worse. It doesn't seem to be any real change other than me touching the card, which that probably just means the connector needs cleaned. So yeah, anyway, I think that's I think we can eliminate the 373. Okay, so may have stumbled on the actual problem. Not quite sure yet. Looking into it still, but what we have is my adapter PCB and Tim's. And I kind of mentioned it on one of the Shmups threads that is another thing that is common between all the consoles that are having the problem, I think. And I emailed Tim a week ago with the last video about this, and I got no reply, but he came onto that thread and said, well, that's probably significant or whatever. So I started digging in further and just really started thinking about the problems that we were having with this. And something hit me about the clock circuit, and I looked at Tim's, and if you can see this trace right here, that's the clock circuit on his board, and you can tell that it's away from the other traces. And then I went and looked at mine, and mine is buried in here with other traces, and I've got a picture of it up on the projector to give you a little bit of an idea. The highlighted yellow one is my clock trace on my adapter PCB, so it's right next to the /INT and /CS lines, and fairly close to, I think, address 0. So what I'm going to do is try to modify the problem console here, And I'm going to try to take out the pin, possibly the pin right here. See if I can desolder and pull that out. And I'm going to desolder the socket on the motherboard and try to just run a wire from there up to somewhere up in here and retest it and see if that shows any improvement. Well, if that ain't a kick in the nuts, I've actually bypassed the clock trace on my adapter PCB, and I got snow right away. And playing with the wire doesn't seem to change anything. Although I have to admit, I have never seen it snow like that. So there might still be something to it. Gosh, I don't know. The only thing I can think of at this point is to desolder the adapter PCB and just put it in an AV-FAMI PCB from Tim. And if it goes away, then we're a lot more sure. So I guess that's what I'll do. Okay, so I got the problem console running with a Famicom Everdrive, and I do see speckles. Pretty inconsistent and it's hard to catch. I have not yet seen them on the load screen. Okay, so I bit the bullet and I have Tim's adapter PCB in the problem unit with the Everdrive Snow, and unfortunately that didn't work. I don't know if that's coming up on the camera or not, but it is there. I actually can't see it on the camera. You can kind of see it right there, but there's a ton of red going on right there. Yeah, I guess you can kind of make it out. But no, you can definitely see it now. That's pretty serious. So that eliminates the adapter PCB as well. It's got to be some kind of timing issue. But I mean, I was sitting here hitting reset, hitting start, hitting reset, hitting start, just going back and forth on this game. I'm surprised it came back that time, actually. Turn it off, turn it on, all that stuff. You know, I might not get it for a long time again. I haven't seen it on the Everdrive menu yet. Or the load screen, just in the game. And it hasn't been running for, oh, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. And I was sure I wasn't going to get it, and all of a sudden there it was. Very irritating. It doesn't make any sense anymore. I was so sure it was the adapter PCB that now I forget what else I was going to try. Oh well. We'll see what happens.